Well, good morning, everyone. It is 7:15 a.m. On my way out to feed the horses and checking on the hummingbird feeders, and they are not frozen. So that's good. I brought an extra one out, but I think I'm going to leave it here. There was a oh, there it is. You see it? There's the hummingbird. So there is a male and a female. That one is giving me the what for. So I assume that one's the male. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So anyway, here's the morning view. Still snowy out, still quite cold. I just wanted to share with you real quick the morning, and also I want to show you the skirt that I'm wearing. It's a canvas skirt. I have it over my PJs because it's Saturday. And it's a riding skirt, and it's pretty nice for covering over on these cold mornings. I don't typically ride with it. It's usually not cold enough here, or if it is cold enough, the footing is not good enough to go riding. So it's a little bit of a dilemma, but I'm glad to have it. All right, this is the pathway down to the barn. It's a lot. Camera showing it is a lot darker than it really is. Let me give you a view of the barn on the other side of the creek. And that's it for this segment. I'll see you later. Okay, here are the boys sharing a stall. This is Braggy's stall. So sometimes I put extra treats or the yummy hay like alfalfa or orchard grass in here to help keep Braggy in here, to help develop his confidence about being by himself or without Odin more often. But Odin, of course, has figured this out, and even though Odin does enjoy his peace and quiet and does enjoy being by himself, he has figured out that sometimes there are more yummy things in here. But it's always interesting. They always have this configuration where Braggy is next to the wall, and he puts himself there, so I think he feels safer there. So anyway, all right, boys, I'll leave you to your breakfast. Hi, everyone. Welcome to December 3rd Vlogmas. This would be day 3. I wanted to share with you some Advent knitting I started. I follow the Bakery Bears, as I'm sure I have mentioned before, and they are doing a mystery knit-along. So the beginning of the knit-along, we picked out the colors, and it was 3 colors and needle size and all that. And then today we cast on. So this is one of Kay Jones' own designs. It is going to be a Scrooge cap is what she is calling it, because her Advent, Dan and Kay Jones, their Advent is Dickens themed. So I think this is kind of cool. This, so you can see there's a bit of a lace pattern, and then rib, and then lace, and then this final part is a braid. It's kind of supposed to be a Latvian braid. I followed the instructions. I'm not entirely convinced I did it correctly, but you know, I'm gonna finish it and see what happens. There's with Latvian braids, I've never done it before, so one color on the purl row, you keep the yarn underneath, the contrast color underneath the other yarn, and then on the second round you put that contrast yarn over the top, and that's how you get this distinct color. So it doesn't look very braided to me, but I don't know, maybe I'll be surprised. In any event, if it's not right, it'll be my own design feature. The yarn I chose is some yarn that was gifted to me by a friend of mine who stopped knitting quite a long time ago, and she just gave me all of her leftover yarn. So I picked out 3 colors. So this maroon, gray, and this color. So the maroon color is color 1. I kind of decided on the fly that this color was color 2, and then the gray will be color 3. What I found with the maroon color is that there's just a ton, I don't know, like some kid, an animal came through and just kind of cut the yarn in random places. So I have a fair amount of knots in this yarn that I've tied together. In the past, I probably would have not tied a knot and maybe just joined the yarn, or just knit as if I had run out of a skein and was starting a new skein. However, I got this book. I ordered it quite a while ago and it finally arrived. But it is this book right here. And it is about knitting with your scraps. So there's 15 designs in it, and the book doesn't really describe it that way. It's called Close Knit. Lark Beggar, I think, is the person's name. I don't know where she is from. Not in America. Maybe she's German. Anyway, it's just the first part of it is just tie knots. And she has a technique in here that just shows you how to join yarns together. And you know, it talks about joining different types of yarn together, but here's a photo of all of her scraps that may have been joined together in small bundles. So so I'm kind of excited about it because I'm pretty excited about my scrap yarn. And so I am just tying knots, and I've noticed, like, if I wasn't paying attention, I have a couple little frayed ends here. Maybe I can see them. There we go. This way. So I will just tuck those on to the inside. But the knots do end up where they're supposed to. So for instance, there's a knot right here, and it is going to end up on the inside of the hat, which is fine. And maybe if the hat was tight or someone was particularly sensitive, maybe it wouldn't work. Maybe it would just feel weird against your head. I'm not that worried about it, so I'll try it out. This will likely be, for me, is sort of like the first pancake of the pan that you make. Is like the first pancake is always a little bit of a disaster, or the first waffle, and then the next ones come out fine. So hopefully that's the case. If this one ends up being a disaster, it'll be mine, and then maybe I can knit some nice ones for other people. So so yeah, that was day 1 of knitting, cast on and knit. That's that section. So that's what I have been doing all morning. I am waiting for my farrier to come, and I'll hope to get some footage of that and maybe include that in tomorrow's video. So happy knitting, happy holiday season, and happy Advent. See you tomorrow.